Sup guys, and welcome to the Games HUDcast.
HUDcast.
I nearly forgot what we were doing then. That was nice. We are on number 18.
Woo!
Woohoo! I'm Matt, and today I am joined by a fellowship of bros and dudes.
Right, that's right.
Rich,
Yes.
to my right here. Kev, to my further right here. And a newcomer to the podcast.
Hello.
You may have read some of his articles on the site. His name is Neill.
Hi.
So Neill, before we continue, say a little bit about your gaming background for the dear listeners. What do you like? What are you about?
What am I about? I guess I've primarily been a PlayStation person.
Cool.
If I had
Good
to
man.
Pick an allegiance, it'd probably be that.
It's a good choice.
Yeah, I'm quite pressed with it.
Oh, good. Well, good.
Yeah.
You liking them PlayStation 4s?
I am liking them PlayStation 4. It's good, yeah. Definitely the first time that I've ever dipped my toe into a console on launch day. People have previously told me that launch usually tends to be a bit lacking, but I've not really found that this time around.
No.
Definitely not.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, welcome. And welcome to you listening and watching. We've got the video back up and running this week, so you can
seems
see
to be-
our lovely faces.
It seems to be every
and
other
my
one.
manly chest.
Yeah, you're looking very, very open. Very
Looking like a douchebag today.
Yeah, it seems to be every other podcast we do a video, so apologies for that. It's just technical issues and
Hitches.
stuff like that. We're still figuring it out. So.
Yeah.
It's all good. We'll get there
Moving
one
out.
day.
Yeah. Cool. So we will start this merry podcast with, as we always do, with what we've been playing.
Alright.
So as you're the new boy, Neil, what have you been playing for the last couple of weeks, mate? What have you been playing recently?
Okay. I've been doing a lot of commuting, so that generally involves time spent sat needing to do something. So I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy X, which I did a review for on the site on my Vita.
Sweet.
I sunk about 40 hours into that.
Nice.
Nice.
Jesus.
Easily done.
Yeah, easily done. Yeah. That's pretty good for an HD port. Not bad. Other than that, I started playing Transistor today. There'll be a review forthcoming. That'll be good.
Sweet. How are you finding it so far?
It's a stunning looking game.
Yeah, sure.
I think Supergiant Games, the guys that made it, they maybe weren't as forthcoming with how the game was going to be played.
Right.
I kind of, when they first unveiled it, I just assumed it would be like another Bastion.
Right, okay.
But there's a lot more sort of strategy behind it.
Right, okay.
So you can sort of pause the action.
Does it feel a bit turn-based, almost?
Kind of, yeah. It's
Right.
not entirely turn-based because
No.
there is still free roaming and things like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like almost like a VAT system from Fallout.
Okay,
So you can like
okay.
pause
Cool.
and then plan out your actions and then execute.
You can chain things together and
Exactly,
stuff like
yeah.
Yeah.
I've only put about half an hour in so far. But
Okay.
that seems like it's going to be really good.
Sweet, man.
So yeah,
Soundtrack? The
soundtracks.
Bastion soundtrack was
Phenomenal.
Yeah. So what I've heard so far, it's really good, and
Cool.
I think it's quite central to how the game is, kind of like how Bastion was.
Yeah.
So I'd probably say don't listen to it before you've played the game.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
awesome.
Nice.
what else have I been playing? Trials, although I'm not particularly great at that. Yeah, one too many near camera smashing incidents.
Awesome.
And I think that's about it at the moment.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kev?
My selection's kind of not really advanced since the last cast, to be honest with you.
We'll go past you.
Yeah, is that right? Can we pass? No, seriously, I'm still cracking through Dark Souls. There's no point just even talking about it because it's just too frustrating. But it's the same thing. It just keeps on going, and it just keeps on taking away bits of my soul every time I play it. South Park, I'm starting to invest in a lot more this weekend. Gonna abuse it a bit more because it's bank holiday,
Good man.
it's the absolute time for it. Like Neil said, like Trials, like Neil said, I'm really not great at it. I've got like 5 tracks in, and it's just I'm trying to best my own score, but then I keep realising that score I'm trying to beat is awful anyway. So I keep just keep thinking, look, why am I bothering? But no, I do enjoy it. I've actually started having a little go on the map maker as well, with the tracks and stuff.
I'm really scared by it.
It's
really intimidating.
It's really intimidating. It's not very intuitive for new users to try and have a crack at. But it's comforting to know that you can actually create pretty much identical tracks to what's actually shipped from the makers, which is pretty good. So it's obviously there to be able to be built. Kind of like Project Spark, you see all these great things that people are doing in Project Spark, and we didn't really have much success with trying to make up one, but it's there and you can do it. So I'm gonna have a bit of a bash at that. And I've actually gone back to Skyrim. Surprisingly enough, I don't know why. Just like you have that craving for it.
You get the bug for it, don't you?
Yeah,
I did exactly the same as you.
Yeah, it's after a little while, just like I really want to go back to Skyrim. And even though I've spent like 300 hours in the game, I've done pretty much all there is to do. And literally, when I go back, it's like I realise all I've got left to do is miscellaneous quests. I just love being back there. It's just one of those places I just love just jumping into and just being in.
Because I didn't get that far through it, but I just decided to start again from scratch because I couldn't remember anything about it. So I just thought
I did that and realised
start again.
I did that, but I realised that it just took too long for me to get my character where I wanted to be to actually enjoy combat again, without having to actually just turn down the difficulty to be able to just hack your way like Rambo through the jungle. But yeah, to be fair, that's actually all I've been playing recently.
Cool. Fair enough.
My dear friend.
Right, well, again, like Kev, not much has changed. Or, still playing a bit of Titanfall, bit of Trials, gone back to Forza. Just picked that up again after you dissed my driver's
Do you know what? I think everyone's driver's are shit.
After that, I was like, right, that's it. Get on there. We'll see about this.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's is shit. So it's fair enough.
Yeah.
It's fair enough.
It seems to read your worst traits and then just compile a driver.
Out of interest, when you saw mine, how did it act? Was it
It's horrendously aggressive. Almost to the point where it's you're just like, right, I need to get past him because otherwise it's just like veering across the road.
To be fair, I'm super aggressive on it. So that trait has carried across. Okay. But
that's your driving
personality. I just smash everyone else off the road. That's basically how I win the race.
It's just training for Mario Kart's release.
Yes.
Something different and quite different from everything else.
Okay.
I picked up Hitman Go.
On the iPad. Oh yes.
That is very good.
I really enjoy it.
It's so good.
Really good. So I'm really enjoying that, but I'm just sort of playing that every now and then because obviously I'm still working on the super top secret next version of the site, which is coming on nicely. But no due date for it yet. I'm not gonna say when it's gonna be made because I just don't know. There's just too much to do.
It's coming.
But it is coming, and it's going to be the most awesome site ever.
Sweet.
So it's kind of like winter in Game of Thrones. It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It'll get there.
Yeah, excellent.
And it's going to be badass.
Yeah,
it really will be.
And like winter in Game of Thrones, when it gets here, it will last a lifetime.
So there you go.
Cool.
Awesome. Matthias.
Me?
Of the East.
Yeah. Matthias of the East. First and foremost, most relevant is Wolfenstein.
Okay.
The New Order.
Any good?
It's alright.
It's alright, yeah. That's what I've been seeing about a lot of things.
It's alright.
And I watched a Let's Play of it on the Yao Chaubs. And...
Let's Play?
It just looks really average. It just doesn't look like anything new. Except it's got slightly nicer graphics.
I heard that it doesn't do anything new, but what it does do is just excel in what it's just... What in Wolfenstein, basically. It doesn't do anything like Metro Last Light didn't do anything spectacularly new, but it just perfected everything that it set out to do in terms of like its gameplay mechanics and story and graphics.
Well,
so does Wolfenstein do the same?
Weary travellers, I will tell you. I was really pumped for Wolfenstein, like
killing Nazis.
Yeah, I mean, I played it at Gamescom, and it was brilliant. It was
cool.
One of the top ones I played there. So I was like really looking forward to it, and like often you know, you're kind of a little bit let down. I'm not massively let down because I kind of knew what I was going in for, really. You know, first-person shooter.
To be fair, it's been just super quickly. It hasn't like tried to say that it's going to be like this new.
No, exactly. I think you know the massive plus is for me anyway is that it takes its roots and its lineage and just goes with it. And you know, every first-person shooter. Not everyone. Most first-person shooters these days are ultra slick, ultra fast. Wolfenstein is slow, sluggish, but that's the whole point. You're a massive dude with huge guns.
You can carry all the guns.
However, you can dual wield like massive LMG rifles. It's over the top, which is fucking brilliant.
Does it feel slow just because you've been playing quite a lot of Titanfall recently, or is it just a generally chuggy game?
It's a slow game.
Oh, fair enough.
Right.
You know, you can sprint, but
it's a jog.
You know, but yeah, as I say, it takes its lineage, you know, and you know, does what it does. You know, it's over the top, it's bombastic, going back to the old days of Quake and the old Wolfenstein, just mowing down people left, right, and centre. Cool. Very old school mechanics with like the health bar and stuff down the bottom. It's not a bar, it's a figure. You can overcharge, just grab loads of health kits and then like old school.
Awesome.
Grab armour, all that kind of stuff.
Cool.
Awesome. So I think I would recommend it if you haven't got anything else to play.
You'd say it's a solid shooter.
It's a solid shooter. Yeah. You'll have fun with it.
Is there multiplayer or? No, okay.
Yeah, because they said they wanted to focus on making the single player as good as it can be.
I mean, the story-wise, I haven't completed it yet, but story-wise, there's a lot to do.
Yeah.
There's a lot of chapters.
There's like alternative routes and stuff for the levels as well, isn't there?
Yeah,
there's like a lot of collectibles and stuff.
Yeah, cool. There is, and so you know, it's a single player experience that will last you a while, which is good. It's refreshing to see.
Yeah,
so, I would definitely give it a bash if you can at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, more of the same from last time. Towerfall, Titanfall, all the falls. I've been playing on my Vita. Yeah, I've been playing on my Vita a lot. I've been playing Spelunky on it.
Yes.
Oh, I want to try that.
Spelunky is
great.
Can you get that for PS4?
No. It's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
Right, okay.
It's coming. Also, because the NBA playoffs are right now, sorry, non-sports fans.
I wish I still followed it, because I love basketball.
The NBA playoffs are on at the moment, so I've been playing a bit of NBA 2K14, which is, as I've said before on this podcast, and it's a great game. It's a great basketball game.
Cool
so
beans.
That's that. So, yeah, nothing new. Well, new stuff, but not a lot of new stuff.
One game I forgot to bring up that I've also been playing is Super Time Force.
Any good? Because I really was interested in that.
It's really good. It's kind of... It takes a while to get your head around it because it's not really a straightforward run-and-gun shooter. It's more of a puzzle game.
Okay.
So the way that it works is that, generally speaking, you'll have 60 seconds to get through a level, except you don't. Kind of death plays into it a lot. You will die a lot, but when you do die, you time out, you pause time, you can rewind. Sweet. You can drop in another character and they'll play alongside your previous playthrough.
Awesome.
That's cool.
And it's really interesting how it works out. It's really difficult. I was considering reviewing it, but it's difficult to put words to. It's just the humour is really, really goofy though. I mean, you've got the guy. Basically, the way that it works is you've got Dr. Rapitsky, who discovers time travel, and then seconds later the world ends. And you've got his future. He's got an eye patch, and his future self turns up, Commander Rapitsky, who has another eye patch. So he's technically blind. He's got a million medals, and he's like, okay, thanks. We've we're awesome. We invented time travel. We're going to save the world. And he gets this team together, and you basically go through these levels. It kind of you get this hub world after the tutorial, and then you've got separate times, and you can go wherever you want. And they have like 3 stages to each level.
Cool.
And you can pick up extra characters, and they're really goofy names. So, like in the first level, without going into spoilers or anything like that, you get Jeff Leopard.
Awesome.
There's also you can get a dinosaur that rides a skateboard. There's a dolphin character called Dolphin Lungarum.
Amazing! I need this
humour
game.
Is really goofy, but it's really good.
Brilliant.
Yeah, give it a go. Definitely.
That's wicked.
Oh, I've also been playing Child of Light.
Any good?
Yeah, it's good.
Sweet.
I'm not sure about a review.
No.
I couldn't put it into words.
Again, difficult one to.
Not. Yeah, I mean, it's a good game, but
What do you do?
it's a mix between a JRPG and a kind of soul-scrolling platformer.
The sprinkling of Studio Ghibli, isn't it?
Yeah, it's achingly beautiful, and the RPG mechanics are tight, very good.
Right.
Yeah, it's a great game, but I think why I found it so difficult to review is because I'm not usually that kind of gamer. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
The only JRPG that I've played in the last 10 years has been Ni no Kuni, probably. Yeah. So yeah, it's a great game.
I found that with Strider. I found that quite difficult to review. It's just basically it is what it is. It's just a side-scrolling slash 'em up, hack 'em up.
Exactly, and sometimes you put yourself in a position where you can't review things, and instead of just bashing one out, you can just give recommendations.
Yeah.
And I would recommend Child of Light for anyone who's into that kind of thing.
Did you test out the co-op on it? 'Cause it's
No,
got
I
co-op.
haven't yet.
Oh, it's got co-op. I was really interested because my girlfriend's really interested in playing it because it just looks, it really appeals to her, and she was like, "Oh, it's got co-op," because it came up on the main Xbox dashboard. Like, we love co-op. They recommend co-op games, and Child of Light was on there. I was like, "That's not a co-op game," and then we looked into it. Apparently, it is. So I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm not sure how they would have done the whole RPG combat mechanics with the co-op.
The thing is, you go around with I forget the name of the character, but a little bit like Rayman. You go around with a little blob of light that comes around with you, and you basically control that with the right stick.
Kind of like the puppeteer, then.
Kind of.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
a bit
got
like
the cat,
Brothers,
hasn't it?
man.
Yeah. So yeah, you control the little girl with the left. You control the little thing with the right.
Right.
And,
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Cool.
Well worth a bash again.
Hey! Bashing one out.
Yeah.
If you're going to bash one out, bash it out with
Make sure it's
Child
Child
Light.
of Light.
Yeah, it's a little bit dodgy though. It's about a
That
girl,
doesn't sound
a little
right,
girl.
does it?
Oh, it's dick title.
Forget that.
Manly game.
Man. Right, so we'll go on to the news,
Okay.
of which there.
I'm not sure if we're allowed to do that.
No,
sorry, but
Third party
never mind.
content.
third party.
Match third party
Match
content.
third party
again.
already.
Already. We're straight in.
Okay.
So we will start this podcast news with Halo.
Halo.
Yeah, so a couple of bits to go over. Halo 5. Guardians.
Announced.
Yes, well, we already knew it was there.
Kind of looks like
Yeah.
It's been re-announced.
And
Yeah.
it's got a subtitle.
Dead Space sort of looking.
Yeah, the guy who's kind of mirrored from the chief on the poster, who they're not saying who it is. But apparently it's not Cortana. Or like a re-evolved version of Cortana, a reinvigorated version of Cortana.
That would be cool though, wouldn't it?
It would be cool, but I don't know whether Cortana's just had a day in Halo. I'm not sure whether it's time for somebody else. Like, I know that Halo...
Isn't the whole point of this game if Chief tried to find Cortana?
Yeah, and I would, if she comes back at the end, I think that would be cool because by that point you would have probably had like your Halo fix without her, kind of like you did with like ODST and like Halo Reach. Like they made those kind of games before Halo 4 came out, so you were like, people they didn't have enough of the Chief, but they wanted something a little bit different. And I think that after playing Halo 4 and Cortana being such a massive part of the game, I think that people. I know I do. I want another Halo game, but maybe with Cortana just stepping to the side again.
I'm looking forward to the enemies again.
Yeah,
'Cause-
Prometheans.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna shy away from the fact that I wasn't a big Halo fan up until Halo 4.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Halo 4
Me
came
neither,
along,
really.
and
I got them because
changed, you know, my
when I got a
viewpoint.
360, I just had them because it's an Xbox game, and that was the reason to have an Xbox.
Yeah.
But I didn't really get into it. I did complete 3. I haven't completed 1 or 2, which is probably sacrilege. But
No, I mean,
Well, to be honest, like I with Matt, like I never really played a Halo game until 4 came out.
4 was
I did
brilliant, though.
dabble with Halo 1, but admittedly that was like 10 years after it came out.
Yeah.
It was just bad.
That was
yeah.
Oh,
I should have played the HD remake.
It's on my
anniversary.
list. But to be honest, like even Halo 4, like I wasn't really feeling it. I kind of got bored halfway through.
I've really enjoyed 4, but
I think if you don't like the first Halo, then there's not much in the other Halos which is going to just absolutely melt your heart and just make you an avid fan. Which surprised me about how like you just absolutely loved Halo 4, because I actually think that the core mechanics are really similar to all the old Halo games. Which is why as soon as I played Halo 1, I just fell in love with it, and that's why every other Halo up till that point I just loved anyway, because all they've done is just it wasn't broken. The mechanics, so they didn't need to fix anything. They just kept it the same, but just tweaked it a little bit.
I think the thing before, which got me, they were fundamentally Halo mechanics, but they also incorporated a lot of other first-person shooter mechanics in there as well. So therefore, it felt better to kill. Do you know what I mean?
With the enemies, you mean?
Yeah, and the guns felt better. And the thing that frustrated me always with Halo was, especially on the harder difficulties, was you just had to just constantly mow, and you'd just be like, I've just could release a complete and utter clip into your head, and you're still not dead. And
I see what you mean. Yeah, there was some real tactical stuff with the new enemies.
I like that it was a bit more monotone as well. Like, the enemies weren't so colourful, weren't so George Lucas. Like that kind of, just they dialed that down.
I think that's what actually sold me into Halo 4, because
that was good.
I wanted something a bit more serious. And
I hadn't really, being that I hadn't played 1 or 2, and when I had played them, it was so old, it just didn't look that great and everything. Like 4 had this just incredible vistas and stuff.
Man,
you could just sit there, just looking around for ages before you move on.
Yeah,
just
some of the things in Halo 4 were just the leap from Halo 4 to Halo 3, even on the same console. Like I said last time, was just I don't know how they did it. I still look at like parts of Halo 4, like that. There's like one section where those doors open up. There's like it's like an orchestral sort of like. Cathedral, and there's like the music kicks in, and there's like all the really cool like lens flares, and it's just like, how is this not next gen? So I felt the same kind of way I felt about like sort of moving away, but GTA 5. It's those two games, Halo 4 and GTA 5, are just two games I look at on the 360 and think, if this was released as like launch titles for the Xbox One, I would have been sated.
So leading in to what is probably coming out this year for Xbox One.
I haven't finished with Halo yet.
Are you not finished? No. I mean with Halo.
Segue denied.
Segue denied.
Gosh. I actually meant with what's coming out this year for Halo.
Right, yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
So it's far from confirmed, apart from new random musings from here, there, and everywhere.
Nothing this year, is it?
There's a Halo collection coming.
See, I'm really up for that.
I can't speak Spanish. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, all in HD. They all were in HD.
What, the old ones?
Yeah.
They're remastering
For
them
Xbox One.
For Xbox One.
Oh, are they?
See,
Supposed to
I
be.
am really, really up for that. I've got the bug for it right now. I just want now. I've packed away my 360. I'm not going to pack. I'm not going to set it up again. I want that now.
Yeah,
That's a really good idea, especially if they're actually making like, because they're on about like the new Halo 5 is like it's a journey. It's not like calling it Halo 5 Guardians. There's obviously going to be like a couple more Halos to the Xbox One. They've obviously like committed to that. So to release all the Halos that they've done so far on the new console, it's just like it's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, I realised how much of a I don't know how much of a hypocrite I'm being, because I've been very vocal about how much I hate the re-release scheme right now on consoles, and now here I am pumped for Halo re-releases.
But if it's all one big package, and like
one
me,
big package.
Oh, well, yeah.
I suppose as part of it as well, you'll get to see Halo 2 HD for the first time.
Yeah, I want to play through those games. I don't want to just neglect them.
And and Halo 3 was so ropey.
So will you not get ODST? Will they leave out ODST and Reach then?
Yeah,
From the sounds of it.
because they're not traditional Halo games.
Really?
as they
They are traditional
canon, isn't
Halo
it?
games.
Yeah, but they're not Chief games.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's because it's Chief's journey, so they
That's
Right.
right. Yeah, that will make sense.
Yeah, that's fine. That's all good. It doesn't bother me really. But I really enjoyed ODST.
I
I haven't
loved
played
ODST.
Reach, though. Would
Cool.
like to play Reach, but there you go.
So loads of Halo stuff.
Cool.
That's all cool.
Never bad.
No, it's all right. It's all right. That. Right. Next, today we are recording this on Wednesday, the 21st. We had a brand new Batman Arkham Knight trailer.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh.
You told me to watch it. And I forgot.
Oh, dear.
Oh, I had to rush.
So me and Neil will hold up this part of the conversation.
Yes.
That's
Do it. Do it.
That's cool. Yeah, it's more Batman.
It looks like more of the same.
Yeah,
Is
Which-
it still
which is a good
obviously?
thing.
which is
There
good.
must be a CG cutscene. Then,
Yeah,
like-
there's a
There's
very
bits and
brief snippet
parts.
of
Yeah, it's
of
very
gameplay.
very
Really?
difficult to
Yeah.
see what is and what isn't. I found.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know whether that's a compliment to the graphics.
I think that probably is.
or,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
a backhanded compliment to how they've edited the video. I don't know. But, yeah, it's the Batmobile looks fucking rad.
It does
Really?
look awesome.
Yeah, it looks rad.
From what I've seen already, like anyway.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, in the trailer it shows you driving through Gotham and basically through tunnels you can drive up the side of the tunnel, go
Nice.
upside down,
Awesome.
all that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That looks rad. And we got our first look at the Arkham Knight himself.
Yes.
Which is
Okay.
the brand new character that Rocksteady have created for
Yeah,
the
I
DC
like
universe.
the look of him. He looks cool.
So yeah, and you see in the trailer, the last frame is him beating down Batman,
Wow.
holding a gun to his chest, and we don't know what happens after that. So
See a cutaway
Wasn't that
and
a
a
piece?
gunshot.
They
Yeah.
had a bit of artwork on that, didn't they? I'm sure they had, like Rose
Something
had
like
like
that.
a gun and was pointing down or something.
So in the trailer we
Wow.
see Scarecrow,
Okay.
Two-Face, Penguin.
Sweet.
So that's a good trio there already.
Cool.
Obviously, Arkham Knight will obviously play a massive role as well, as the game is not
He
titled
is the
after
villain.
him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I get the impression that he's the villain, but I get the impression that Scarecrow is a huge presence as well, which is
Okay.
fantastic. I think Scarecrow is one of the best DC villains,
Yeah.
Awesome.
and he had a great presence in Asylum.
The silence
Obviously,
was
the
amazing.
best parts of the game, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, and any more of him is great. We'll see what he has in store for Batman. So
Amazing.
Cool.
yeah, it just looks polished.
Yes.
The Rocksteady polish that Arkham Origins
And
lacked for me, to be honest.
this is the first one that's solely on next gen. Isn't
Yes.
it? There's no next gen.
Good.
Thank Christ.
Yeah, it's all
Good.
all next genified.
Awesome. The thing with the Batmobile, it kind of reminds you of I think there's an old PS2 game called was it called Roll Cage?
Yes.
Yeah.
It reminds you of that. It's like if they get the sort of gameplay mechanics the same as Roll Cage, I'll be well happy with that. That was a great game.
Well, they did. Alongside with the video, they also said about the Batmobile that you could drive up buildings
Oh wow.
and
Awesome.
jump out or do like mechanics with it or whatever.
Cool.
Much like in the films with the Bat bike.
The same.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very tonally. It's following I think it's following the films a lot more than the other games did.
Okay.
Good.
So a lot darker. And
He looks a bit more tech this time, doesn't he?
Yeah, very
Like
much
he's
so.
more-
Yeah,
more armor kind of thing.
yeah, in the trailer it really flexes that.
Right,
Like the first thing you see of Batman is his suit just going like buckling and being all.
I do like that, or like clipping
Yeah,
all
yeah,
together,
all that
and
stuff.
yeah. I do prefer that to the sort of rubber
Rubber Batman.
rubber Batman,
PVC
Batman, sexy Batman,
Batman.
sexy Batman. It
Genius.
just like doesn't look quite as cool. Really.
Nah, no.
So,
So I predict that'll be out in October.
Okay.
I think that'll probably be when it hits.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I might, and I'm predicting right now, and I'm going to eat my hat if it isn't. I'm going to say 14th
Wow. Okay.
14th
14th of
October.
That's
October.
pretty precise. What time?
Lock it in.
midnight, which is
6:15.
I'm
That's
just saying
a
that because I think it's the week after Alien comes out, and there's a lot after coming out afterwards, so they'd be insane to do it then. So
Cool. Man. Awesome.
yes, okay. So next, Xbox One is to release from June without the Kinect.
Yes.
How do we feel?
Indeed.
Bye Connect.
As in, like, it
games
won't
forever.
exist, or they're
It will
just gonna-
exist.
Oh,
They'll
they'll still
they'll still sell it with it, or they'll sell it without it. So
I don't think it's
Two options.
I don't think it's I think it's better to have the option. For me, I think having the option to do anything for games is what it's all about, really.
how many have they sold now? How big is that install base
What of Connect?
of this version where you have to have it with Connect?
Well, they still haven't released figures.
Yeah, they're
Right.
not being particularly forthcoming.
No, they're not. They haven't released any figures in the last
Probably
2-3
that
months.
Probably
Like
ain't that
Sony.
great then, really.
Well, the last time they said they'd shipped 5.1 million, which
Right.
It's
doesn't
not the
mean
same as
sold.
selling.
Yeah. So that could mean anything.
Yeah.
And they've always had an abundance of consoles available in stock
Yeah.
wherever you go, unlike PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
So
So it probably isn't that great then. So in that case, I mean, the thing is, like, it's just like the last Connect. No one develops for it,
No.
and when they do, it's just a lame, like, excuse for a game. And I don't understand why developers don't capitalise on it a bit more. It's like,
but it's,
are they
it's
not
because
inventive enough?
It's because
Or,
it's,
like-
it's peripheral. Whenever you mention the word peripheral, everyone goes like,
No one's got it, so I'm not going to bother wasting my time. And I do understand that from a business point of view. That makes sense, because what is the point in making something that's just not going to sell? We're going to sell to a fraction of people.
That's right. Yeah.
But
It's sort of, it's
really-
almost like Vita and Wii U, Wii U to a certain extent. Those platforms are struggling because people,
But,
for some reason aren't buying them, even though
It's a
they're pretty
shame,
good
'cause,
consoles.
you know,
It's because they're perceived as a gimmick. More
Yeah.
than success,
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah.
it's a good bit of tech. It's a shame. I'm really,
Yeah.
I didn't get the Kinect for the 360, and obviously now that I've got one, I actually find myself, okay, I'm not using the camera part of it, and I'm not waving my arms around like a lunatic, but I talk to it, and it's so responsive.
Yeah.
I really enjoy that side of it.
Yeah.
And it actually makes me think, I should have got one for the 360. Like,
Yeah.
But do you think that you're using it more because of the way that the dashboard is laid out, and it's kind of
no.
without it? No.
No,
I
not at all,
think
not
I
at all.
use it for its ease. It's like I used to absolutely hate when I was watching a film. Like, you're watching the film, the Xbox controller turns itself off. You're like, great, I want to go get a glass of water. I want to go for a piss. It's like, oh wait, I need to find the controller. I need to hold on the button to be able to pause it. It's like, now I can just go Xbox pause, and it just pauses.
Yeah.
That's so much easier. And it's the use of it. It's like if I do something really cool in a game now, as opposed to going away and telling someone, oh, you should have seen what I've done, I can say, Xbox, record that. And it will record that gaming moment, and I can keep that gaming moment. And it's just little things like that if I didn't have it, I would be like, oh, if only I Connect, I could record that.
Yeah.
It's the little things that I think in time Microsoft will refine, and those little things will become better and better.
They add up to a lot, I think.
Yeah.
Of the experience, and it actually helps to make that Xbox experience like that much cooler.
Yeah.
And I really like it.
I mean,
it's a shame.
I'm going to fight Ollie's corner because he's not here.
Yes, which he is. He sends his love. So.
He would say. So I'm going to fight his corner and say he would say it's a shame because if you take away the option, then Microsoft backtracking says a lot about the product itself.
And they've
It's right.
backtracked away
Shame.
from so much
Oh,
of their
yeah.
original vision now.
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah, I think
ludicrous.
they're obviously looking into the horizon as well. They're looking at things like Oculus Rift, and they're just kind of like, I think we peaked too early. I think
like
for
an
them it's
Oculus
quite
would work
intimidating.
really well with Kinect, though.
Yeah, it would
I think
work
if they
brilliantly.
work in partnership with the Kinect and the Oculus, you could do so much.
I've
with
seen
that.
I've seen fantastic videos of people who've mapped 3 Kinects, hacked into it, 3 Kinects, one there, one there, one there. Sorry, I'm doing left, forward, and right.
Right.
People who are listening,
Okay.
And an Oculus,
Yeah.
and it maps a world for you.
Wow.
Done.
Jesus.
Maps your body movement,
Yeah.
as well as what
Really?
you're seeing. Yeah.
But not to be completely down on the removal of Kinect, because obviously what this does mean is that, with the removal of it, then the price is
Yeah.
decreased, and then it puts it in parity with the PS4, which
Yeah.
it desperately needs at the moment.
The thing is though, it's not. It's weird. I mean, at the moment, they haven't announced whether it will still be bundled with Titanfall, which is odd because then it will go down in price. But then you'd still have to pay 45 quid for a copy of Titanfall if you wanted that. So then it takes it up to the price it is now.
Yeah.
Which is odd. I find it very strange.
Yeah.
Maybe they will announce that they'll do it because it will come out at the same time that E3 is. So typical Microsoft, they'll do that thing. They'll go up to the press conference and go,
And they'll buy it.
"It's right now. It now comes packaged with this and Watch Dogs," or they'll say later in the year it comes with Sunset Overdrive.
But they're
or
all,
something
but
like that.
like when you look at it, they're all games that don't demand the use of Kinect.
No.
And that's the one thing that I think about. It's like I do like my Kinect. It makes my life a hell of a lot easier when I'm using it, and I appreciate that it's there. But when I think about like my games that I absolutely love, like my Halo, my Gears of War, like those games just have nothing to do with Kinect, and I just love sitting there immersing myself, and all I need is the controller for those games. I don't want the Kinect. I actually don't want those games to be made with anything to do with Kinect. You know, I appreciate the new Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. There's those cool things where you can kind of lean around the cliffs, and like you're like, oh, that's nice. I appreciate it, but I don't kind of want that with Gears of War. And if I do, I want it as an option, and I will probably turn that option off.
Mind you saying that, like, it's really cool, and it's something I didn't get to experience with Mass Effect, where you can give orders to like people and stuff like that. You can literally say blah blah blah, go
That's right,
over, like over there, and they'll go and do it. That's really smart.
You can do that with what do you call it? First person shooter, Battlefield 4.
Oh, really?
You can say engage. You say engage, and if you're like, depending on where your crosshair is, you can aim at someone and say engage, and they will engage that target.
So that would be good. That would be really good with what was the modern? What was that other Tom Clancy one?
Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon. That'd be awesome because you gear up all the guys and then you have to tell them.
You can do it on Ghost Recon.
Really? Ah, see, there you go.
The thing is, though, but it's always confused me why they can't do it with a headset instead.
Yeah.
Some people don't like wearing headsets. Should I just say it's the Kinect?
Some people don't like repeating the same order and they connect 3 or 4 times and it still doesn't register.
Some people don't have a weird voice.
You just need to not mumble, man. It'll be fine.
I never mumble, Neil.
What was that?
Talking of Microsoft again, they've now copied. Is that an alright phrase? Copied. We'll go copied. Sony with their gold offers.
Ah, okay.
They're going to start giving away games now.
Oh, really?
Well, they already did on 360, but it will be on Xbox One, and there'll be bigger titles. Starting in June, you'll have. Well, starting in June, they've got Dark Souls for 360, and then they've got Max the Brotherhood on Xbox One.
Okay, that's a bit more recent.
Yeah, which is I wanted to check that out, but I wasn't going to buy it.
To be honest with you, that's not like brilliant.
No, but it's the same PS4's been doing for the last 7 months, 6 months.
PlayStation give away better games, I think.
On PS3 they do.
I suppose it's early days.
Yeah, I mean,
it's their first one.
The PS4, I mean, you know, it's all been indie titles, which is what Xbox One.
They've been good indie titles.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You haven't played Max, so.
That's true. It's very true. It just didn't look great, but yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, and they're also going to be removing the pay subscription for stuff like BBC iPlayer.
Oh, good.
Right, yeah.
Which was illegal anyway, but whatever. So yeah, what should have been done a long
Like
time ago.
Netflix and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's about time because that is stupid.
Do you know what the funny thing as well? They said that if they can track on your record on Xbox Live that you've only used free services, they'll refund you.
No.
Which,
Seriously?
I don't know how they're going to track that, but I'm sure they have a way. So that'd be interesting. So
What's your achievements?
if you've only ever played on, used Netflix, BBC iPlayer,
I suppose they
IE,
can.
any of those things.
I suppose if your bank account details are linked with Microsoft, they will be able to check that. See all like bank transfers and things and who they've gone to.
Maybe they're just tracking more information than you realise.
They're watching you.
Well, I suppose. Well, not a guarantee that you're going to get achievements, but as soon as you start playing a game, do you not get the list of achievements for that game?
True,
yeah, you do,
so there you go. That's instantly a list of all the games you've ever played.
We'll send Mulder and Scully around, knock the door.
Or hopefully Danny Dyer.
yeah.
Alright. Okay, going from goodish, baddish news to terrible news.
Terrible.
We're talking YouTube terrible news.
Oh,
And
I know what
their
this is.
potential purchase of Twitch. I want to go around and start beating their heads in.
Yeah.
If the rumours are
Control.
Control.
monopolisation
Yeah.
is the word here. Yeah.
Technical genocide.
That's that ruined then.
Yeah. I'm not happy about that. Of course, they're going to come out with a spiel much like Facebook did when they acquired Oculus and just say, don't worry, nothing's changing.
Except everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. $1 billion is apparently the price.
For YouTube to buy out Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
So,
It should be put down to like a
So
community
much
vote,
for
surely.
Twitch.
so basically, the services are going down in number. So viable options for a lot of people are slowly dwindling because YouTube are tightening the vice on many people's ball sacks right now on what they can do on YouTube.
Yeah.
Definitely paint a picture.
So, yeah. I do paint a beautiful picture.
PewDiePie on Twitch.
Does he do it?
I don't
It's just
know.
like the
He will
YouTube
now.
side of ours, like,
He will now.
He'll do on everything. So no, but he'll never do a live stream because it's not refined enough. He can't put all the funky graphics.
Can't
and the way that
understand what he's saying anyway. But okay, enough about we've probably
friends.
surely these things should be put down to like, or massively based on like a community vote, considering they're massively community driven.
I mean, still, we can rage all we want. It's still not confirmed. It's still a rumour, but those rumours come from somewhere. So whether Twitch will bow to the pressure, who knows?
They're already buckling under the pressure anyway.
$1 billion is
hard to say no
Money
to.
to
Yeah.
sit down.
Pocket change.
yeah. That's all right. It's
If
just
I ever get offered
Yeah.
$1 billion to sell Games HUD, I'm selling you all down the river. By the way, so,
Okay.
Yeah, $1 billion isn't.
$1 billion.
That only works out
not
to
so,
like-
not so much. Not so good. Not so
No,
good.
it only works out like 600,
Yeah.
700.
It's not even any point in doing
half the
it.
amount
It's
of
not
Games
even-
Games HUD's worth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, at least 10 bill.
So we'll keep an eye on that story like a hawk, and hopefully
Like a hawk.
the news isn't terrible. So on to great news now. Far Cry 4. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Give me it now.
Yeah,
On a plate.
I'm yay and nay. I'm massively chuffed that it's been announced, but at the same time, I kind of wish that it was just on the new gen.
It is.
No, it's not. It's on the Xbox 360 and the PS3 as well.
So
Oh, you mean so?
I mean,
Well,
yeah.
yeah,
Sorry,
it's
I mean
like
solely
it's
online.
holding
I
it
just
Holding it back.
It sounds selfish, and I don't want to see
You
like the
are
PS.
selfish.
I know. All right, I'm selfish. I don't want to see the PS3 and the Xbox 360 just like fade into the dust because all these new games start getting put on the new gen consoles. But at the same time,
Yes,
games like yeah, solid. What am I talking about? No, at the same time, like games like Far Cry, massively like. So much money and time is put into making those games look great. Far Cry is like renowned for just looking fantastic. Why wouldn't they just put all the effort in and just say like we want it to look the best it can? We don't want to put time and effort into coding it to the old consoles. We just want to make it look phenomenal. Yeah, I know.
The
but-
issue is that the
Money.
install bases of these previous generations.
Exactly,
Not
exactly.
enough people have jumped to the next.
It's all about the
and
money.
the thing is, you can't. We don't know yet who's making what.
Yeah,
'Cause
it's not necessarily.
Yeah, because Ubisoft have too many studios and they all work on games. So so a couple of studios could work on the old gen, and the main one could work on the next gen.
Yeah, I know they're working on other stuff. There's like the Division. They're working on the Division as well. Like the tech that's going into that. Obviously, there's massive amounts of time and manpower going into that. But I don't know. We had like Far Cry. We had loads of Far Cries on the old gen, and Far Cry 3 for me was like should have been the ultimate send off. And then they should have just taken a further leap forward.
Fair enough.
That's just my opinion.
I do agree with you.
Yeah.
I do agree. I just kill it. Kill the old gen.
I don't want to kill it.
Kill it!
I love my 360.
Cut it off.
I do love it.
Cut it off.
No, I do love it. And
Right.
games like South Park, like the Stick of Truth, just prove that
Yeah.
that
There's still life in
It's there's still so much life in it. But
Still life in the
there's
old girl,
there's
I want to play my next gen consoles more though. And I will, obviously. It's not stopping me, but it's just it just feels like it's just holding back what it could be.
Yeah, Battlefield 4, looked amazing.
Potentially, we're all talking hypothetically here.
We
have
are.
no idea about the logistics of what they're doing. So,
Yeah,
No.
I guess.
so
Same
still
there.
exciting though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like the fact that it's not
I'm
in the
gonna play
jungle
the crap
again.
out of that game. I'm
Yeah.
going to play the crap out of it.
Yeah,
It's Himalayas.
Himalayas. Yeah,
There will be elephants. I've
nice.
heard riding elephants.
yeah.
Hey.
Basically, they had details were put on the Ubisoft site today that were swiftly taken down. That said about what the game's about.
Oh, yeah.
Can you put guns on elephants?
Yeah, of course.
Like strapped
Why
onto
wouldn't you?
the elephants?
Was there multiplayer in Far Cry 3?
I want to strap
It was
guns to dolphins as well.
You can't. It's the Himalayas, mate.
I want a legion of dolphins. I don't care.
So mountain dolphins.
Yes.
Mountain.
Molten dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Evolved.
a terrifying
Yeah,
breed.
they've
They're
evolved.
just on roller skates.
Yeah.
And they've got
They've sort-
they've got little water resuscitator things
Oh,
on
yeah.
their
Oh,
faces.
they've been imported
with
from blood
lasers,
dragons. They escaped from the
with
coding of blood
machine
dragons.
guns on their heads, and they're thirsty for blood.
So the story has been leaked that you're a dude that may have Tibetan roots. You go back there for a certain reason for your mother who passed away. You then get
Good reason.
embroidered into the drug trade.
Cool. They could do some
Yeah,
really,
fair enough.
They could do some really good stuff with that.
Meth.
Oh, there should be meth.
Cocaine,
Meth.
heroin,
Yeah.
speed,
They could do some cool
LSD,
stuff.
Heisenberg.
acid.
You know the leveling up system that they had with the guy with the tattoos. Like each tattoo, you would level up a
Yeah, I
skill.
like that, yeah.
They could do some really cool stuff with the new one. If you're it's supposed to have sort of Tibetan roots,
Tribal.
where you could have like an ocarina of time, where you learn songs of the ocarina. You could have a tribal chants that you have to learn to be able to level up.
We got a use for the Kinect
There you
finally.
go.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Kinect.
There we
Yeah.
go.
You actually have to sing the chants to level up. Not
That
really.
has to be note perfect.
Yeah, not much good. If you're a mute or something like that. You could do sign language Connect. Yeah.
So
failed.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Did you hear about the front cover controversy?
Oh, for fuck's sake! Just fucking get a grip.
I know.
Fuck me.
The front cover controversy, apparently, the front cover of Far Cry 4. There's some guy who was apparently white, the people that kicked off, and he sat on this desecrated tribal throne, and he's got his head on this
He's got his hand on the head of
Sorry,
a dude that's native from that region.
yeah, and he's basically just
Who's holding a grenade.
Yeah, he's holding a
he's also got a pink suit.
What?
So that's what Far Cry is.
Yeah.
Larger than life
It's-
characters.
yeah.
It's
Is it though?
Yeah, it always has been.
Yeah, it always
Has
has
it
been.
though?
Yeah.
Far Cry 2, I don't
yeah,
remember
there's
there being...
Yeah, Far Cry 2
mental African tribes, mental.
Yeah.
Far Cry 3 was Vass was just
Vass
mental,
was
He was a
Yeah.
excellent
and white
character.
as well, of course.
Yeah.
So I mean, get a fucking
Like
grip.
GTA characters just massively
Mate, all you have to do is breathe nowadays, and people
Yeah.
have something to say about it. So
Fair
the
enough.
less said about that, the better. I
Yeah.
reckon. We can do a segue. You just mentioned GTA. Segue. Rockstar, according to the CEO of Take-Two or Rockstar, one of the two, said that something is coming early 2015.
Okay.
Something's coming.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
New consoles.
Yes, Rockstar have a new game for next gen coming 2015, early 2015 fiscal year, so it'll come by March the 31st, 2015.
Cool.
Jeez.
Which is interesting because it raises a few questions, because I think that's too early a turnaround unless San Diego, because Rockstar have a studio in San Diego who work on Red Dead.
Yeah.
They were reportedly working on a new Red Dead, but that seems still rather quick.
I don't think it
So the only other option is either it's Bully, which wouldn't take too long to turn around. Midnight Club, which again, but would you rave about those games?
Ping pong.
No.
So therefore,
It's Agent.
my fuck me. But the funny thing is that the rumors were that people have got these phantom documents that someone clearly gave out to them. Just going, oh, here you go, here's an E3 press conference list. Do you want to have a look at it? Yeah, fuck off. all these documents have said that Rockstar will be at Sony's E3 press conference. So if you take that with a pinch of salt and take that verbatim, Agent was supposed to be a Sony exclusive.
Yeah.
So my betting is either that or GTA 5.
I think it's GTA 5.
GTA
Next
5.
gen.
Yeah.
Oh, GTA 5 re-release for the.
port.
Yeah.
Oh right.
I would buy it. I
We're
want
still
that.
waiting on a PC version.
What? What's
Oh,
wrong
because
with that?
he doesn't like you know.
What's your problem?
It's got a thing,
what's
hasn't
what's
it?
your beef?
What's my beef? Stop re-releasing shit, for God's sake.
We just said about
To an
Halo.
extent.
I
I mean, okay, Halo's all of them in one. That makes sense. But
I mean,
I
it
don't
kind
care.
of makes sense
That's
with
not
the older
something big.
games.
I want to play it
Yeah,
again.
it does,
I
yeah.
Alright, play
want
again.
looking a bit better.
Yeah, I don't think it's
We
old
can all
enough.
work in harmonious love.
And I actually like more excuse to play online.
The thing as well,
Like-
the thing that I has me a little bit convinced that it might be GTA 5 is that they haven't released any DLC yet, bar the
Yeah.
GTA Online
Yeah.
packs, and
Yeah.
most 4 and 5, 4 had huge expansion packs. Red Dead had a huge
GTA
expansion
packs,
pack.
like online stuff, is pretty small though, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's
yeah,
just
so-
like a few extra guns.
so, yeah, that's what-
a few
so-
extra vehicles.
So if they're announcing soon, then maybe it's like a massive bundle pack with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Enhance the map or something.
They still
Yeah.
haven't got heists, have they?
Mm.
Online.
There were rumours that there was going to be more story content as well.
So that's what I mean. Yeah, like
Yeah.
huge, massive DLC. Either way, we'll see.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We'll see. I hope it's Red Dead.
I would love another Red Dead.
Yeah, the core of it, yeah.
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 I
But
hope it is.
I think my money's on
Yeah,
GT5.
I think so as well. Okay. Some badder news, worse news. If Tom was here, he'd be crying in the corner. Layoffs have hit Rare, unfortunately.
Ah.
So, which further points to, well, they're
The
just
demise
they're,
of
they're
Connect.
just demise.
Oh.
Yeah, demise of Connect, demise of that company, demise of what they stand for. They're now
Oh.
just a little shitty studio that does.
A leaf in the wind.
I think, to be honest, it's kind of, in a way, it's pointless to get upset about what Rare has become, because you want them to make those old games again, but so many of the people that were involved in making those games
No, they're gone. Long
aren't
gone.
there anymore.
Yeah, long gone.
They're not really the same. They're just
No.
there in name. They're
Yeah,
not really
exactly.
the same studio.
And the thing is as well, you know, we always say studios sometimes don't really know what they're talking about, in our opinion. You know, we want Nintendo to release all these games, but will they actually work in the current thing? You know, you see Amplitude.
Yes.
You see Amplitude like really
That's
struggling, like with Kickstarter.
Positivity.
Yeah, like has it reached
tried.
its goal
No.
yet?
Nowhere near.
It's on its last day as well.
Yeah, it's last day. Amplitude. I don't think Amplitude will make it. So Harmonix went to Sony and said, "Do you want us to do Amplitude for you if you give us money?" Sony went, no. So Sony know what they're doing, and clearly they do know what they're doing, because no one wants Amplitude. Well, some people do because they've backed it, but
But
not
not enough.
You're not enough. So my argument is, yeah, sure, it's sad about Rare, but would a Banjo-Kazooie work today? Probably only as a download title, 10 quid, if that. Would Perfect Dark work today? Probably not.
Not so much.
No.
Well,
They
you say
didn't
that. Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
But then at the same time, now
It's not raving success though,
you
is
know,
it?
Connect Sport Rivals wasn't really a great game from what was basically reported of it. And does this, Connect's dead now, supposedly? Does that mean that maybe they can pull out an old game and work on that? Who knows?
They're catering to a market that's just not there anymore.
no. Well, they were supposed to have been helping with Killer Instinct, weren't they? Well, look what that turned out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the fighter within. Jesus.
Dick punch. Dick punch.
have you played it?
No, I haven't actually played it, to be fair, but I've heard that all you have to do is just literally like kneel down a bit and just jab.
It's horrific. It's horrific. To do like kicks, you kind of have to lift your foot up and then like go like that with your foot, and that's like an uppercut. That's like an upwards kick.
Oh
What
dear.
the fuck is that?
Oh dear.
It's just embarrassing. No,
All right.
So,
Next on the agenda, then, the world has gone crazy. Well, not really. But, people have gone, oh, look. Someone has shown a blurry screenshot of what's supposed to be some concept art for Gears of War 4. Let's go fucking mental. That's news.
Yeah, it's not news.
We'll laugh at it anyway. Just as a side note.
It's not the developer from Black Tusk just said. It's like, it's been 100 days. Yeah. Why would we release a blurry screenshot?
Exactly.
Oh, this is just horrific.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Moving on.
I just wanted to laugh at it.
There's a really good article in the new Xbox magazine actually with a guy who's just taken over from Black Tusk, who's come back
from
Ferguson. Work. Is it Ron Ferguson? Yeah, who's come back from working on the old Gears of War, and it was really interesting some of the things that he was saying about the new Gears. Like he was saying, like he's working on like a whole new team, who like they're really passionate about it, but. Like with the new Halos, he was like basically saying to them, we have to keep the core mechanics here, but we have to give people like something that they haven't seen yet, but nothing that's just too out there and too extreme to make them feel like this isn't Gears. And I don't know, just the things he was saying I could really relate to, and it was just exactly what I wanted to hear.
Cool,
because I'm such a massive Gears fan.
Cool.
Would you dwell on the subject for too long, but do we need another Gears?
Yes. I need another Gears. Gears needs to stay.
Would you like another Marcus and Dom story?
No.
No.
They're done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking at some new bros and hoes then.
Yeah, it's the fundamentals of Gears, which I absolutely love. It's the multiplayer like that I play like with my girlfriend. It's the split screen co-op that needs to stay. They just cannot get rid of like it's like all these other new games now, like Titanfall, love it, but there's no split screen. And like Gears and Halo are those two games that just still stand as games that just won't let go of split screen. They refuse to, and I think they're just so strong for that. And that's why I want another Gears game, because I want to have my buddies round on the couch to sit there and play on the same screen and not hear them on a headset. You know, some games are great for that, and Gears isn't.
Cool.
Fair enough.
All right. The rest of the news is just stuff that we can just briefly go over, I reckon.
Okay.
Killzone Shadowfall has some new DLC, which is introducing 4-player co-op.
Wow, awesome.
Should be cool. I like Shadowfall. It was alright.
Yeah, I haven't really touched the multiplayer since release.
I've not played it.
Prospect of 4-player co-op is always nice to hear.
Yeah, it's alright that. Well, actually, saying that we're going to breeze over it. The next one on my list is Bombshell. Well, I think we can just laugh solidly for about 10 minutes about it, and that will make a great podcast.
So I don't know much about this. So do you want to enlighten me of what this is?
3D Realms.
I am aware of 3D Realms. So
they had a lawsuit.
Yes, I'm aware of that lawsuit.
It's currently ongoing, I believe.
Yeah, it's still going on. Still going on.
Just, I'm probably going to say this, with missing loads of detail, but they sold the rights to Duke Nukem, but then they're saying that they didn't, or something like that.
I think they sold the rights to Duke Nukem Forever, maybe, to get it finished.
Right. Okay.
To Gearbox.
Yeah.
And then that was a steaming turd.
But they were.
Didn't Gearbox say how appalling the whole code base was?
Oh yeah.
It, just shockingly bad.
But Gearbox being Gearbox,
so it's just polishing a turd, basically, isn't it? You can't polish a turd.
Yeah,
you can possibly varnish.
So yeah, yeah, you always do that.
And then you could probably polish it a little bit, but you got to varnish. Okay, anyway.
Varnish on some shit. Nice.
Just pour it on.
Varnish.
You don't have to touch it. Just.
I'm not touching that.
Anyway,
yeah. So, Bombshell is what was supposed to be the new Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
But it's now what can only be described as probably one of the most insulting and sexist
misogynist
that I've ever seen. Yeah. And I've played parts of Duke Nukem Forever, unfortunately.
And the thing is, it's not actually a first-person shooter.
No.
So
it looks like
it's an isometric shooter.
It looks a little bit like Diablo 3.
How do you mean isometric?
So it's kind of like a slanted view. Like Diablo.
Yeah, have you seen Diablo 3?
Oh, okay. Like
the bird, it's like bird's eye.
It's
like an adjacent bird's eye view, isn't it? It's kind of.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what is it going to be? Console release, or is it going to be mobile?
The trailer, it's kind of very similar to one of the first Duke Nukem Forever trailers, which was the one where he's kind of just pumping iron. And then he blows cigar smoke into the screen. But this one, basically, it's this girl. She's got half her hair's buzz cut. She's got a metal arm. She's in a metal.
Is she
bikini.
voluptuous?
Yeah, she's a voluptuous lady in a metal bikini.
Every cliche.
There we go. Here's a picture of her.
Every cliche in the entire planet.
There she is.
Oh dear.
It's just and
Not what I was expecting, actually. I was expecting a bit more over the top.
How can the concept,
like a bit more comical?
How can the designers of the game just sit there and feel like they've accomplished anything?
It looks like it was made about 20 years ago.
Yeah. It looks dated. It looks really dated.
Maybe that's the point. But
it looks like concept design in an art book of a shit game.
They're kind of like riding on that thing that we make kind of rubbish games, but it's got some kind of little bit of charm to it, but it just doesn't at all, though, does it? It just really doesn't.
I mean, arguably, 3D Realms have never made a good game.
No, yeah.
I mean, Duke Nukem 3D had its
It's got a charm.
Yeah.
It's got, that's what I'm saying. Like
old school.
but you're
charm.
kind of laughing at it
charm.
rather than with it. Well, I suppose you're laughing with it a bit, though. It knows it knows what it is. It knows it's being stupid.
It's just the way they announce
There's
it.
a boss on an American football pitch, so it knows it's a stupid game.
Yeah, it's. Oh, Rich is popping out. Oh, there he is.
Sorry,
there he is.
I'm still here.
Oh, Rich.
I'm off camera.
He's off camera.
There we go.
Oh, good. We nearly had a technical hitch there.
Swap places.
Hey, are we swapping? No, hold on. Next to Neill.
Go back.
Oh, what? No, I'm in now.
Jeez.
Seismic shifting.
Right, okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Flows back.
You should be.
Well, what have I done?
You said sorry, so you should
I
be
was
sorry.
apologising on your behalf because you're too
behalf?
rude to,
My behalf.
Yeah, you just went off camera, went off microphone to
It
try
could
and
have been a
resurrect the
catastrophe.
situation.
I just tried to fix.
People really wanted to hear what we had to say about Bombshell.
Yeah.
Carry on.
No, not anymore.
No.
I'm not spending any more
Move
time.
on. Let's move on. It's like a piece of crap.
One of these hypothetical delays, the Division has been delayed until Q2 2015.
Possibly
But
2016.
I just wouldn't bother getting your
But it
hopes
wasn't.
up for that.
It was. I'd never thought it was announced for this year. Since when?
It
I
was
don't see-
2014. That's
Since
all
when?
they ever said. That
Really?
was
I
all they
don't
ever
think they've ever said that.
I didn't think it would be out this year, but they're
hugely
saying
optimistic.
they're
It's
saying-
never going to happen.
Yeah, now they're saying it's hugely probable it's going to be 2016.
Yeah.
That is just.
I mean, even, if you think about Ubisoft's release schedule this year, I mean, you've got Watch Dogs, you've got Far Cry 4, and you've got
Assassin's 5.
Assassin's
Whatever it
Unity
is.
and whatever
Assassin's
the old
23.
gen version is. So there's nowhere in the calendar it would fit this year anyway.
Definitely not.
And plus, it looks far too ambitious for it to be anywhere near ready.
Yeah, I'm happy to wait.
Yeah.
It's all good. I just want it to be good, so
Yeah.
take the time.
Yeah.
Take the time.
I'd love a good multiplayer
Take
as
it
well.
time.
Because some of the weapon demonstrations they showed in the demo could imagine using that in multiplayer.
Well, it is multiplayer.
Yeah, but
All the time.
not the whole thing, is it?
Yeah, it's-
Yeah,
There's like a story, isn't it?
Yeah.
The whole thing.
There's no story.
MMO straight away.
Really?
There's a story.
MMO.
You can do campaign missions with your buddies. There's all
Against other
Buddies.
people.
Hey, buddy.
It's all against
Why,
the community.
Campaign buddy.
I'm not playing with you. You know what?
Campaign buddies. Campaign buddies.
No. Whatever platform you get it on, I'm getting on the other one.
Oh, I thought it was someone. I think it was-
I got it.
Stop touching.
Oh.
Didn't even squeeze that hard.
It's
just-
just
that's
a
what she
shock.
said.
It's just
It's
a
a shock,
gentle
but then
stroke.
it was alright. It was okay. I'm going to admit that. Right, anyway. Sorry, what's next? Boom.
Some stuff.
Some stuff.
But I'm looking at the time we're going, and I wanted to talk about E3. So
How long have we been going so far?
we've been going about an hour so far.
That's not too bad.
So we'll skip over these. These are SingStar's coming to PS3 and PS4, a new one. So that's fun.
Wow.
Oh, you know,
Tom will be
Among the Sleep, a great looking
Yes.
indie games coming to PS4 will probably include Morpheus support. So that'd be cool.
Morpheus.
If you don't know what Among the
Machine.
Sleep is, briefly, it's
gonna
a gay. Yes, about time.
Machines.
Basically, Among the Sleep is a game based the eyes through a toddler.
Yeah, it's a
it's
first-person
horror game.
Oh, that's already.
Oh,
Isn't that already
sounds
out?
creepy.
That's already on
It's
Steam.
been in
Yeah,
green light
it's
phase for a long time. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So that'd be cool. Come out
That
PS4.
looks. Yeah. Scary.
Worms Battlegrounds comes out at the end of May on PS4 and Xbox One.
Cannot wait for that.
Awesome.
The games out this week, we've already spoken about them already. Transistor and Wolfenstein. Next week we'll probably do a podcast next week, but we've got Watch Dogs out next week, Mario Kart 8 out next week, Borderlands 2 on Vita out next week, and obviously, as I say, the Worms. So May has been a tight month.
Can we please
Tiger.
have like a Worms like hands-on, like
Yes.
get into grips with
Alright.
Worms,
Absolutely.
please.
Do it.
Absolutely,
Thank
man,
God.
Absolutely.
Of course, man. So we'll end this podcast, the first of many discussions that I plan to be having. We're punching a
Punch
moth.
that moth.
Because you haven't missed a Miyagi on it.
It worked. Oh, no, it didn't.
It's still there. It's going to come up the GoPro camera now. It's just going
Damn it.
to
It's
go.
gonna land on the lens.
Moth hunt.
So yeah, it's the first of many conversations that we will be having pre E3,
Yeah.
and so just want to talk about what we want.
Feed me stuff.
Yeah, basically, first predictions.
PS5.
What we want. You're just winding me up now, man.
Oh, I'm deadly serious.
Just trying to bring things to
Xbox.
a serious end.
Xbox
Wii-
2.
1080.
Xbox 2.
Wii U 2.
Wii
Ah, nice.
No.
Wii U too.
Wii U 1000.
We need help.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So, what do we want?
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 4.
Fallout 5.
Can
You love the
leave,
5,
man?
don't you?
Can leave?
It's all about
I
the
don't
five.
really want to discuss anything with you anymore.
Aw.
Technically, it is Fallout 5 though, because we had New Vegas.
Yeah.
Boom.
Ah,
There you go. See.
So yeah, you're back in, man. You're,
Awesome.
you're right.
Thank
You're
you.
back in the
Thank
podcast
you.
now.
respect gained.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah, Fallout 4, 100%.
yeah.
Yeah, because I know that we're not going to get another. I know we're not going to get another Elder Scrolls.
We've got Elder Scrolls Online, man.
Yeah, but it's not. I don't know.
That fantastic product that's out there now. That's
It's on the PC and it's been delayed for God knows how long on the consoles.
and no one's playing on it, and everyone hates it, and no one pays any money towards
Yeah, but
it.
nobody hated Skyrim apart from you. 'Cause
Yeah,
you suck.
sacrilege.
It's awful.
I prefer The Witcher, mate. It's a superior product.
Yeah,
in
but
every
well,
way.
all right, The Witcher. That's good. That no doubt, The Witcher's going to be amazing. But I just wanted another. I don't want another Skyrim, but I wanted another Elder Scrolls based game. sort of
Skyrim
like
HD, mate.
that.
Without the ropey textures.
It's just coming
and
from the guy
and
who
ropey
hates
voice
re-releases.
acting and the ropey everything.
Had the flying mammoths. Yeah. Well, anyway, I wanted another Elder Scrolls, but I'm not going to get one. So Fallout 4 for me is going to be the next big RPG beast that I want.
Nice. Nice. I want table tennis. Rockstar table tennis 2.
Okay. So you think that's what Rockstar are going to
Not
provide?
5, no.
My money's going on that.
Not Rockstar table tennis 5.
Rockstar table tennis.
Something is coming.
We skip the other 4 games, and it's just going to go straight to 5. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. Was it Jesper? Jesper's going to be there. He's going to love it. He's going to be awesome. He's going to be a bit older, but he's going to be just as good. He's one of the characters in this.
What are you talking about?
Have you not played it? It's a brilliant game. It's a brilliant game. Anyway, moving on.
I don't play table tennis in game form or in real life.
Yeah.
You haven't lived. You haven't lived. Clearly.
I'll tell you what I'd actually really love to see. I'd love to see something about the new Star Wars game from Visceral, and I'd like to see Amy on the stage like that for the old company.
Middle fingering.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog.
100%.
Fingering Naughty Dog.
Fingering Naughty Dog.
Well,
No, no
do
one
we
wants that.
actually know what happened there? Was she asked to leave?
Well, yeah, I think
I
the
think-
unofficial line is that she was asked to leave, because usually when they leave of their own accord, like some of the other people did from Naughty Dog recently, they've all said, "Yeah, I've gone on to do some other things."
That's right.
So she has stayed silent throughout the whole thing and not said anything,
Yeah. I
probably
mean,
because she had to
EA
sign a contract.
EA are expected to announce 6 games at E3.
Yeah, and I think the majority of them will be Star Wars because
What
of
I'd
next year.
love,
So
what I'd
one, two.
absolutely love, is if they've picked up the rights to 1313.
Not gonna
Hasn't that
happen,
been
man.
ditched?
Yeah.
I thought that'd been just been.
Thirteen.
But
13.
if
It
they
sucks
can
'cause it
bring
looks
it back
awesome.
from the dead.
Yeah.
You're not like the old one from the Xbox, are you?
No, it
cell
was
shading
a
thing?
couple of years ago
Oh.
at E3. They had this really ambitious looking.
It
It
looks
was basically going to
stunning.
be the early days of Boba Fett,
Oh, cool.
and it kind of it was like a third-person shooter with lots of hiding behind things. I can't, what am I thinking?
Yeah,
It's a
cover
bit like
system type
Uncharted,
thing. Like, yeah.
Gears of War.
Oh, nice.
It
Basically-
looked stunning.
Oh, what,
13
like that cover
was
sort
like
of
the
stuff?
level. It was basically on this planet, and he basically was going down on this ship, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you were going down to the lower levels to level 1313. That's going to be where the whole story's going to be
It's
based around.
kind of like the raid.
Was it on
You've seen the
Coruscant
raid?
or something
Was
like
it?
that? Was-
Yeah, Coruscant,
yeah.
So yeah, like a
It
reverse
looked
raid.
incredible.
Reverse raid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm optimistic. It probably won't happen.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's been binned, unfortunately.
Yeah.
but
We can
yeah.
wish.
We can wait. Well, this is what we
Yeah.
this is the what we want part of our pre-free coverage.
Yeah, I know no one's really fussed about it, but I'd like to see another Dead Space just because I'm a massive Dead Space fan. And I know they won't because Visceral's so like heavily infused in the Star Wars stuff. But I don't know. I like to see Dead Space. I just don't feel like, apart from the Evil Within, I don't think there's much on the horror survival horizon.
It's all indie stuff.
Yeah,
There's
we're
nothing
getting a load of
AAA.
indie stuff, and like as good as it is, like Outlast and things like that, and obviously Slender coming to the 360, which everyone's already played. There's just nothing,
Soma looks.
Soma
like
looks
it's gonna be-
fantastic.
Haven't heard anything about that.
No,
No,
neither.
oh man, you need to check it out.
Yeah,
What's it
check
called?
Soma, SOM.
It's by the guys that did.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think I've shown you.
Darkness
I think you have.
That's
Yeah.
Amnesia. They did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So
And
that's
what?
gonna
Let me
be-
guess. PS4.
Next gen.
No, it's PS4.
Yeah, it is PS4.
Oh, see, I need.
You're just gonna have to get on.
Yeah, that's not. Like I don't want to. It's just like my wages won't allow it. Please, boss, help me.
For me, I really just want the games to come out, and they've been in development for so long. It's gonna have to be Last Guardian and what is now Final Fantasy 15.
Wow.
They just need to get
Yeah.
release dates out and actually stick to them.
I'm really looking forward to 15.
Yeah.
I just want that game
Like
already.
even before 13 came out, versus what is now 15 is the one that I was looking forward to more.
It's that art style that I liked from 7 that
Yeah.
never really came back.
Yeah.
I get a bit of 8 maybe, but then it all went. I don't like from like 10 onwards. It all had that kind of that very unique style to it, but I didn't really get on with that kind of steampunky. I don't know if it's really steampunk, but you know what I
Lightning
mean. You know,
Returns and
that
stuff.
kind of look just doesn't. It's not gritty enough. Where like
Yeah.
7 was a bit nasty, almost looking a bit grungy. Yeah. And this one looks like it's bringing that darker edge back. It's more monotone, and
Absolutely.
I want that again.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be turn-based or not really.
I think it's more sort of action RPG.
Right, okay.
but
So not
kind
even really like active battle, maybe.
Yeah. From what
It's still-
what little we've seen of it, I think it is more of an action RPG.
But seeing like Leviathan and stuff, it just
Yeah.
looks epic. It looks really good. So very much looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to see things that will probably never come to light. So I'm just going to say them.
Table Tennis 5?
No, I was looking more along the lines of, did you ever play a game and watch a film called Jumper?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I want a Jumper too.
No.
I
Matt.
I genuinely...
Wasn't that film
Wait,
an abomination?
You want the film Jumper 2 or the game?
Both.
Wasn't
When
that
are
a
you
terrible,
actually gonna
terrible
be working
film?
on a
Yeah,
film?
both of them, yeah.
What? Do you like that film?
No. But I want it.
What? Wait, what?
I'm so confused.
What? What's happening right now? I understand.
Like,
understand.
I don't like them. I want them. I want them because I think
Why?
it
What?
it creates a nice,
What
equilibrium. You know,
balance
you get
of crap?
great games.
Well, why we have just equilibrium as well? Then?
Yeah.
That's probably the worst suggestion.
Well, it's what I want.
Okay, fair enough.
So,
fair enough.
and
I suppose
so,
table tennis is looking pretty good now.
Are you just throwing out the most unlikely thing to turn up at EA? So then, you
EA?
can then ask for something else next year,
E3.
which will come as I'm testing the water.
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
That makes
what
sense.
Other
I
wonderful
also want,
pieces of shit do you have?
I also want a re-release of FIFA 97 because that had the best mechanics of a FIFA game ever made.
And did it have
Right.
Blur, the soundtrack?
There's the door.
Did it have Blur?
You guys
Was
can't
Blur?
see it, but the door's just over
Was it
there.
98?
Matt's just going to be leaving.
Yeah, it was EA Sports.
No, was it? No, did they have Blur as a soundtrack? Was that FIFA 98? I can't remember.
I can't remember.
Who cares?
I got my head shaved. Which one was that?
By a jumbo jet. It wasn't easy. Well,
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
what are they saying?
Yeah,
Anyway, no, I'm going to be serious.
I
I
Please be serious.
because there's it's been like an indie project, student project that has apparently been going on for the last couple of years. I want Crytek to pick it up. They own Free Radical, which are now Crytek UK. I want Time Splitters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want it, and I don't think I'm going to get it in the guise I want it. But the thing is, even if the students or whoever the guys are who picked up that property, if they can do it, making it for next gen and for PC, doing even just a compilation of all the best maps on Time Splitters, I'd be happy with. That's
I would.
Yeah.
You know, it's been long overdue. Again, I don't think it's, you know, like we were saying earlier, whether it being viable in today's market, probably not. I don't think that kind of zany shooter really exists anymore.
But then, having said that, you know, Unreal Tournament.
Yeah,
Sunset Overdrive as well.
that's I'm hoping.
Yeah.
You know, I will still hope every year until I die that it'll come out. It won't. But
I don't know. There must be high demand for like Time Splitters.
there were petitions going around that I signed, and I tried to get everyone I knew to sign. I don't know what the end figure was in the end, but Crytek said, you know, replied and said, you know, we really appreciate the feedback, and you know,
We're going to ignore it, but
well, pretty much that's what they said. They said, you know, we appreciate your feedback, but you know, it's not viable at this time, and what have you. We'd rather make Rise. Thanks.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So I want that. I want a new Crash Bandicoot. That's not going to come either.
No.
Just loads of.
Do you think
games
we'll
on
see Mirror's Edge 2?
Yeah, we'll see more of that. I'm sure.
What, at E3?
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
I hope
I think it's about time.
Yeah.
It's long overdue.
Well, I mean,
the trouble is, though, DICE have been working on getting Battlefield 4 actually working.
yeah, true.
So
They just
that
need
may
to
have
let
put a
it go.
spanner in the works.
Hopefully not. I mean, I'm hoping that we'll see a substantial more of it than we saw last year.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was just a teaser alongside Battlefront. We'll see more Battlefront as well. Which
Yeah.
Those two were the hands-on winners of the show for me. EA won that show
Yeah.
by far.
I think we can pretty
Last
much guarantee Battlefront will be out in time for the new movie.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, they'll be working around the clock, whatever they can, you know, roping in studios that don't even work on those kind of games.
I'm looking forward to just looking around and just seeing Star Wars everywhere next year.
Yeah, that'd be cool. In terms of like, what do you want from Microsoft and Sony? You know, exclusive wise, what do you think they got up their sleeves? What would you want from them?
Well, we've got what do we know about it? I mean, we've got The Order for the PS4, and we've got Uncharted 4.
Whatever turmoil that's in.
What? Yeah. Although I
If it isn't
forget his
turmoil.
name, Neill.
Drop
Neill, yeah. He's obviously moved on to this since Amy's disappeared.
So we'll expect a ridiculously pull on the heartstrings story. Probably everyone
Exactly.
dies, but Drake.
No, that's what I want. Give me more of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't necessarily know that I want another Uncharted, because I think 3 kind of was a really good place to leave it.
Yeah, I agree.
What 4 is, I don't know. There
Yeah.
was a rumour that I take this with an incredibly large pinch of salt, but there was a rumour that you would also play as Sir Francis Drake in the past,
Yeah, I heard that rumour too.
Cool.
as well as obviously our Drake. But
'Cause there was, you know, like some people do, you know, the people who just trawl through videos and just try and find any Easter egg they can. You know, when they were going through The Last of Us, I think it was the DLC, the camera was panned round and they saw a screenshot on someone's PC of someone wearing like old 16th century attire.
Okay.
So which would tie in with the Francis Drake story, whether we go back in time to players in, or someone doing a reenactment. So yeah,
Fair enough. I really would love to see, and I know it's out this year, but I want to see Bungie do an absolutely incredible trailer for Destiny. Because I know it's like on the horizon, but like I'm looking at it and thinking about things that I want. I'm like, I want Halo 5, I want Gears 4, like we want Uncharted 4, we want Time Splitters again. Like there's all these things that based on stuff that already exists. Like we're looking at sequels and we're looking at like franchises that we love. You know, we want more of them because they're great franchises. We obviously love those games, but Destiny is the new thing that for me, Halo was the one thing that just grabbed me and has kept my attention for years. And I really want Bungie, like the company that I just think just deserve the utmost respect, just to release a trailer, just to blow everything out of the water. Because everyone's going to be like, oh, all this new stuff that's coming out next year, we're going to see trailers for it. It's like, how about something that's literally around the corner that you're going to see a trailer for that's just going to blow you away?
To a certain extent.
See something.
Yeah, I mean, to a certain extent, though, the E3 always falls into that trap, though.
Yeah.
Which is, a little bit of a shame. A bit of a, where they just keep, Watch Dogs was...
Yeah, this is it. Like 2 years ago,
but then they delayed
saw
it.
Watch Dogs.
Yeah, I know.
I want something like that. This time
yeah, but maybe not so much.
Not so far away.
Because, well, the issue that I have with Watch Dogs, obviously, is like to slightly get away from E3 for a second. When Watch Dogs was first shown those couple of years ago, compared to what it looks like now, it doesn't look like the same game.
No, it doesn't.
And that's actually disappointed me. So
yeah.
I don't really know what to expect. So
Yeah.
I want we're into new consoles now. They're actually out. They're not people aren't doing target renders and things like that, so they know what they're working with. So maybe now it's a bit more realistic that what we see is actually what we get.
Yeah,
It'd be cool.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of like what you're picking up on what you were saying, Kev, it's difficult to predict or to want a certain type of game because we don't. Well, what do we want in terms of the type of game? So we can only ever like want old franchises back.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Yeah. Or just kind of merge them together and imagine.
Yeah, and then just say that game.
Yeah.
Something like Time Splitters, Sunset Overdrive,
The
Fable.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, we've kind of neglected Nintendo a little bit. They need a huge E3 this year. They need,
but they're not. They're kind of stepping away from it, aren't they? They're just.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're
not going to have a presentation.
Well, they got their direct thing.
Yeah,
as they do
instead.
The thing that I think I said this a couple of podcasts ago. The thing that excites me potentially about this direct is the fact that they've been quite quiet recently with their directs. So maybe they're focusing everything on rebuilding. I mean, they've made some positive steps in the last few months, like we said in the last podcast about these figures, which I think is a really good idea, which could potentially open up a new marketplace for them. Mario Kart 8 looks incredible, was reviewed incredibly well, as it always does. I'm really looking forward to that. Super Smash Bros. Will obviously kill it as well. Yeah. So, I'm sure they'll come out with a new Zelda.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will come out. I
will buy a Wii U if they do.
I think I probably will actually. I probably will.
So
it's hard enough resisting Mario Kart. But.
It's just so irritating because, like with the Vita's not selling very well, but I play it all the time. It's got such a great amount of games. The Wii U is exactly the same. Maybe it doesn't have the volume of games the Vita does, but it has the quality like nothing else. Like Super Mario World 3D is just phenomenal.
I hope as well with Nintendo that they need to pull something out of the bag for Wii U to kind of bolster it a bit. But,
yeah, exactly.
But I don't want them to neglect the 3DS.
No.
Because I kind of feel like there hasn't been very much out recently. I mean, the Kirby came out, but I'm not really that into Kirby. There's not really been any sort of announcements of anything coming remotely soon that I'm that psyched about, except for maybe Final Fantasy Theatrhythm, because I'm a nerd when it comes to their fantastic collection of songs.
Yeah, where are all the new titles for Nintendo? Like, they're clutched into all the old stuff. But remember the N64? They were like,
that's what they always do, though.
Yeah, but the N64 just like there were just so many titles there that were just completely original.
Yeah, well, they were at their peak, but at their lowest end, because they've seen a steady decline in all their console sales. The Wii was a blip because they managed to get housewives and people involved. And I'm saying housewives because Tom's not here. This is his
demographic.
His politically the correct demographic. Yeah, I mean, every other, it's gone down. From the SNES down to N64, didn't sell as many. Then GameCube obviously plateaued completely. Now Wii U sold 6 million units. I mean, fuck me,
God,
terrible. So they need to pull some stuff out of the bag, and I think I agree with you, Kev, that new IPs need to come out, but at the same time, the only thing that Nintendo can draw on right now to get people back on board is to resurrect old franchises and to get people incited. So do a Luigi's Mansion on Wii U, do a Star Fox,
Metroid.
I don't think F-Zero is relevant anymore, but
I would buy that.
Where was the last Star Fox game?
it was on 3DS of a re-release of 64.
Yeah, as well, aside from re-release, was it Star Fox Adventures?
Something Wars, whatever it was called.
What?
Lilac Wars.
Lilac was it 64? But wasn't there like on the
GameCube?
There was like Star Fox Adventures.
That was it, that was it.
But oh man, they need a new Lilac Wars.
They need I love Wario as a character. They could do a Wario game. That would
WarioWare. Yeah, I mean, where's the?
Well, they did do one, but it's just awful. It's just a terrible party game, which didn't really do much.
Oh yeah.
What a Metroid.
Metroid?
Yeah,
definitely. Metroid.
I actually quite enjoyed Metroid on the GameCube. That was actually one of the games I actually thought was quite good. But
I just think even if they did like one or two of those suggestions, it would still it would get people excited again.
Just nail it.
I think Louise Mansion on Wii U would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, good. It'd be really cool. Right, should we leave it there?
I think so.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we'll be speaking about E3 a lot more in the next coming weeks, up until its presence on 9th of June. 9th of June, which kicks off in this country this time 5 PM with Microsoft hitting it hard. As they always do. So keep an eye out for our coverage. We've got an article going live this week from myself about the joys of E3 and what we all expect from it. And we'll also be getting some predictions and what we want in further depth in written form from all of us soon.
And a Transistor review.
And a Wolfenstein review. And
Table Tennis 5 review.
Table Tennis 5.
Table Tennis 5.
Yes.
Hotly anticipated. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. This has been HUDcast 18. You can reach us on the usual channels. I'm not going to go through them all.
No,
I will.
Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube,
Google,
Twitch.tv, Google Plus,
all with
/
Games HUD.
And then Google Plus has got a plus in front of it because they're so cool.
Yeah, they're so cool. And obviously, we can't function without the site. GamesHUD.net. We've got some really great articles going live at the moment for some really great contributors that we've got on board recently.
Shout out to the
read them.
Contributors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Indeed.
So read them and let us know what you think. So with that, I will bid you farewell. I've been Matt. He's been Rich.
Yes.
He's been Kev.
see you later.
And he's been Neill.
Hello, goodbye.
Farewell.
Bye.
Oh.
Farewell, travellers.
Bye-bye.
I miss you, Tom.